From a venue that's been sold out since it opened back in 2002, there's a look at the home of the Patriots, Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, Mass. Set to go now on a beautiful sunny afternoon. And we are underway in Foxborough. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
And once again, leverage wins. The offensive line, lower than the defensive front. They moved them and found some good space for the guy carrying the ball.
From the 41, this is second and a yard. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the first down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
Geno now to throw. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
You get a sense of what this game plan might be. They think they can take a few home run shots against this defense. They tried it there on the opening drive, but that falls incomplete.
Smith, an incomplete pass on first down. Now it's second and 10. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he'll take it across the 50 and into New England territory. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Here is 3rd down and 4. From the gun, here's Smith. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this. A bad time for a roughing penalty. And they get the gift of a 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Smith. And he's going to lose a yard or 2. Taken down behind the line. The linebacker, Robert Spillane, making a big play. I thought there at the end he may have had a chance to release that, but that pocket closed a little too quickly, and down he went.
Yeah, he was certainly trying to do everything he could to extend the life of the play, probably counting in his head 1, 2, and then he ran out of time.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And just good downhill running there as he'll take this to the 15-yard line. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a first down as well.
They did tell us they wanted to establish the ground game early, didn't they?
They did, in a small sample size that we've seen so far, but pretty good return.
Yeah, you got to like that. They've strung together a couple of first downs, established what they wanted, the running game. And guess what? They also got their lead guy running it pretty well, too.
They stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14. Now 2nd and 9. They keep it on the ground. White again. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
When a drive goes this long, you have to give a lot of credit to the guys up front, those big fellas, because the offensive line is putting something together that allows them to continue to control the ball. I know a lot of people think they get fatigued on a long drive. Actually, a lot of times the reverse happens. They actually get energized because they're controlling the ball, and they're the ones dictating to the defense.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Geno Smith, a 13-yard touchdown run. And the Raiders get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. They got to love that. 9-play drive results in 6 points.
That means they're doing the dictating. That means that they've described how the game's going to go. They're playing at their tempo, at their pace. If you're on the other side of the ball, if you're playing defense, defense is not methodical. They've got to go in there and shake things up and create a little havoc.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. New England trying to get a place on offense. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. To the air, May. That's complete. Demario Douglas with it. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
As a passer, you're always trying to find that open window to throw the ball downfield. How about this one? Right in the middle of the field, right in the heart of a defense.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And that's to the left sideline and incomplete. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. They're going to look to throw. Hunter Henry brings it in. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
And the Raiders call on a nickel set for 3rd down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Patriots first down as this defense unable to hold. It's a 7-yard gain there on 3rd and 2.
Well, that's one way and a good way to get things going offensively. One play in, and they're already on the move. The defense, they're hoping that's not a sign of things to come as this game unfolds.
They'll run it. Here's the rookie from Ohio State. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. From the 41, here's 2nd down at 7. They'll run it. This is Ramondre Stevenson. And that one opened up for him well as he'll take this down to the 26-yard line. 14 yards is the pickup there and a New England first down. That time a little misdirection really seemed to fool the defense.
And think of it this way. From the time you're in high school, you're taught to watch film and pick up tendencies. Sometimes they can use those against you, though, when they break their own tendencies and hit you back the opposite direction, huh?
Short pass caught by Henry. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. That's good for a first down, his 2nd catch of the opening drive.
Zone coverage here defensively. They're going to let their tight end run a drag across the field. This is where a linebacker gets forced to pass him off. That time, the receiver gets lost a little bit, and he's able to make the catch and pick up good yardage and a first down.
To throw, it's May. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. Drake May, a 15-yard touchdown run. And the Patriots respond to that opening drive touchdown with one of their own.
Nothing like understanding where your escape hatches are as a quarterback. Here he's looking, but he knows he doesn't want to force anything. So when nothing avails itself, he slips past the rushers, takes it right up the middle, and takes it into the end zone.
Point after, right down the middle. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Second drive of the game coming up for this Las Vegas offense. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And room to run as he's up past the 35-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Here's a toss right side with White. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. Two yards still to go. Third down now. They'll try to pick this up on the ground with White. And, boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
I'll bet they thought they had picked that one up because it was a 3rd and 2 call, and they got awfully close. Now we're at 4th and inches. I wonder if they think they're feeling lucky here and maybe want to go pick it up.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And the fair catch is taken at about the 13-yard line here. So back onto the field come the Pats for their second drive. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a beat on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit, a little play action and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. You don't see that a ton, do you? With the cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees that the ball's moved to the middle and just sprints over there to help out. He ends up getting the tackle. Well played.
That's taken in by Henderson. That helps the completion percentage, but not much else, and now it's 3rd and 10. Well, he caught it right at the line of scrimmage, and before he could even think about advancing it forward, he got hit.
Great tackling, because that's what you're taught. Don't give up yards after the catch, and most offenses make a living off of yards after catch. Those hidden yards that may not go into the score sheet, but they count big for moving the ball and stretching the field. Really nice open field tackle.
And he is stopped just short on 3rd down. Got 9 yards, but needed 10.
Well, it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yardage to pick up the first down. Now to be 4th and short.
Here's Bryce Behringer now. Good coverage there holds him to just a 2-yard return following a punt of 44. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Vegas offense ready for their next possession. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Robert Spillane able to bring him down.
It'd be hard to say that a defense wouldn't be ready for a first down run. And when you can gain that kind of yardage against a defense that's really kind of geared to stop that play, your confidence has to rise, and now you've actually opened up your playbook. If you want to throw the ball now for play action, you're good to go.
No chance to get away there for Smith as he goes down. Anthony Jennings from that outside linebacker spot gets in there. It's a loss of 9. Now a tough spot for Geno Smith and company after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Throwing now is Geno. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. Escapes the defender. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. Boy, a nice play there as they wind up converting on 3rd and 15.
Got to give the offensive coordinator credit there. He got right into the head of the defensive coordinator because right on the heels of the sack on 2nd down, he figured they were going to come at him hard again. And so he went ahead and hit what a brilliant call. Screen pass works well enough. They're able to pick up a 1st down. That's one way to keep that defense at bay.
These two teams all tied after one. Second quarter now, and it's Las Vegas with the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5. The Raiders on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. From the 50, it's Smith. He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. First target, first catch, and a 1st down.
Now that's absolutely frustrating for a defender. Had a chance to get him on the ground before he got to the sideline, but what great vision and understanding where he is on the field as he headed for the marker and picked up the 1st down.
Back to throw, Smith. It's Myers again with another catch. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Consecutive catches for him. That good for 11. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. One back in the backfield. He'll get the carry. And some strong running there as he's down just shy of the 20 on the edge of the red zone. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a 1st down.
Partner, there are strong running plays, and then there are plays where you simply outclass the defense, and we saw the latter there. They ran straight up the heart of that front for an excellent gain and 1st down. Simply put, you've got to put up more of a fight defending the middle. Otherwise, this is going to be a long game.
Now Geno. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
Smith, an incomplete pass on 1st down. Now it's 2nd and 10. Now a quick throw out wide to Myers. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. Hands it off out of the gun. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and inches. Here we go on 4th. Smith. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. They'll throw with May. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be second down. A give for Stevenson, running right. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Now that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork and add in a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up first downs.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Diggs in motion right. He's going to get it on the jet sweep. And that is well read there defensively. He was looking to use his speed to get the edge, but they said no way. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. That's the danger, Charles, of running plays like this for your wide receiver. They can hit big or they can be duds.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that, because if they're forced to try and go around defenders behind the line of scrimmage, sometimes you can give yardage in order to gain it. But in this case, they gave yardage and didn't get it back.
And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense, because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get it out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
And Diggs has it. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. First grab so far for Diggs. It's a first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on first down. Henderson running straight ahead. And this will be taken across midfield and into Raider territory. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. Throwing here is May. To the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds. Call it a gain of 3 on the play. And now that sets up 3rd and 2.
Timing is everything, and they work on this cut all the time. They work on all the timing patterns, and this time it paid off for them. Worked him to the center of the field, cut it to the outside, ball's delivered, gets both feet down for the completion.
Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
Those are the ones you dream of as defenders. I think if he gets eyes on the ball a little bit earlier, he might come away with it. Instead, it's going to wind up as just an incomplete pass.
Here's Bryce Behringer on now to punt. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. That'll be out of bounds, and how good was that? They'll say the 3-yard line. That's where they spot it. Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. And a drive that stalled out last time. Went for it on 4th. Didn't get it. How does that translate here? I would imagine momentum's with the defense.
Definitely with the defense, because anytime anyone goes for it on 4th down, that's telling you as a defense that you can't stop us. We don't think that you can. And when you actually do, that may put a little dent in the confidence of the offense the next time they hit the field.
Yeah, we'll see if they can bring that pride, the offense, this go-around.
I guess it's good we can't really read the mind of the defensive coordinator now, huh?
Had him pinned back there deep, give up that run. Can't be happy.
Yeah, whatever's in his mind right now, we probably couldn't say over the air.
Over the middle, he's got Myers. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. So from the 22, here's 2nd and 2. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he's stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down.
Haven't met a defensive coordinator yet that thinks 2nd and 2 is a fun situation to try and defend. Playbook is wide open for an offense, partner.
Nice job holding him to 1 after that 8-yard pickup on first down. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to convert, albeit not by much, on 3rd and a yard.
And that's why you spend a first-round draft pick on a running back. Not for just the fancy runs, but these dirty, gritty 3rd and 1s, 3rd and 2s. That's why you draft him.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. They'll try the air now with Smith. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here.
And now at this point in the first half, you've got to realize as an offense, you're not going to get it all back in one fell swoop. This is going to be about sustained drives and making sure you finish with points. And that's a good throw there for a first down.
Smith. That would complete to Trey Tucker. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. 11 more on that one and another first down. Here's Smith. Over the middle, hooks up with a tight end, Bowers. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
Oh, that's a nice job of clearing space in the middle of the field for your tight end. He's going to start behind the line and run an angle route, hoping to kind of get lost in the middle of the field. And this is put right on him, and he's able to pick up a first down.
Throwing again is Smith. Well, a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
They're putting together a drive here in the final minutes of the half, but the coverage has been tight all game long, and they certainly want to keep them off the scoreboard here.
Smith, an incomplete pass on first down. Now it's 2nd and 10. Geno now to throw. Short throw caught by Bowers. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
Here comes 3rd and about a foot. Throwing is Smith. Pass taken in by his big tight end. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Smith throwing again. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. Call it a gain of a yard, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
To throw is Smith. Had his hands on it, but dropped it. The rookie making a little bit of a rookie mistake. 3rd down.
Looked like they had an opportunity for a big play across the middle, but he didn't have the concentration or the focus necessary and dropped it before he could haul it in.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Now it's Smith. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Jacoby Myers, an 11-yard touchdown. And the Raiders drive the entire length of the field, 99 yards for the score.
And that touchdown gives them a touchdown lead before they attempt the extra point. What a great way to end the half.
Yeah, great job to put themselves in front. And now, see on the sideline, special teams defense scrambling, saying we want to preserve this for the final moments of this second quarter. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And they got to be pleased with this. He brings it all the way up to the 40-yard line. The Pats going to get one final possession in this first half. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
To the air, May. He finds Douglas complete. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number one. New England's offense set to go. And with great starting field position and a couple of timeouts at their disposal, they'll certainly have the green light here. And they'll come up 2nd and 7. Here's May. There's Stephon Diggs for the catch on the slant. Now the Patriots will use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to one remaining here as we head toward halftime. Looking to throw, May. Open man, that's Henry. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 12 more yards there and another first down. To throw, it's May. Steps away to his left, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. From the shotgun, May with it. A throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete.
So many times we've seen him try to escape the pocket and do something with his legs, but in this case, the pressure was too intense and he made the wise choice to just get rid of the football and make sure no one was going to get it.
And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. They'll throw now on the final play. He's going to throw one up for the end zone. And this one is incomplete. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down, 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. A one-touchdown ball game, 14-7. Our scores, we get back at it on EA Sports. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Now the Patriots going to take over here to start quarter number 3. Well, out of the locker rooms here they come. Their first drive of the third quarter. And, Charles, they're trailing in this ball game, but we got a tight one set up to be a very entertaining second half.
And as we know, partner, in the NFL, there's trailing and there's trailing, right? Sometimes you're discouraged by how much you're down, but in this case, this is a tight ball game, so there's a sense of optimism here. I think they went into half and looked at their play sheet and said, these are the plays we really like.
What do you say we use them to start the second half and get us going?
So just 3 yards on the completion there, and that will bring up second down. From the gun, it's May. Short pass caught by Henry. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. Here is 3rd and 5. From the shotgun, it's May. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
And so many times we look at the opening drive of the third quarter as a tone setter, and many coaches do emphasize it, and that's a strong performance there defensively to force incompletion and, more importantly, force a quick punting situation.
The Patriots send out their punter as he's on here to punt it away. .47 yards on the punt that time, just 1 yard on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. So here comes the Raiders offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And not a lot of daylight. Not really any daylight inside as he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Brings up second down. He can rack up those tackles in bunches in the run game from that middle linebacker spot.
And what he has to do is make sure he congratulates the guys in front and tells them thanks a lot, because as the guy in the middle, the Mike linebacker, you're counting on your front 3, your front 4, your front 5, whatever you've got in front of you, to take up all the blocking, allow you to roam and hit, and that's what he did on that play.
2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. Third and 8. Now Smith. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. That gain of 9 buys them a new set of downs.
Remember, Brandon, he ran for a touchdown earlier, so his decision to go ahead and tuck it and go again turned out to be a wise one.
And the decision is what is important here. He has made some good decisions on when to tuck it and go. Now Geno. Flushed out right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. The sack by Harold Landry, the former Boston College Eagle. Now a play fake, and it's Smith. And he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the first down marker.
Partner was a definite passing down, but he was able to leak out and pick up some good yardage, even though the coverage was excellent. Maybe it's not exactly how they drew it up, but he still got a big chunk of yardage on second down.
An extra corner comes on now for the Patriots D on third down. They'll fake the handoff. Now Smith. To the sideline and incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Here's A.J. Cole now as he'll punt it away for the second time. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. Here's Jones. An 8-yard return there after a punt of 47. New England trying to get a place on offense. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. He's got it complete to Diggs, right side. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
I tell you what, when you're down on the scoreboard, you've got to look to your stars, and that's what they do here to start the drive. I wouldn't be surprised if they looked his way a few more times in short order. That one, well designed, and it's a quick first down.
He'll find Diggs once more on the completion. And a pretty little juke move there on a nice gain. That one good for 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot. On play action, May. This is caught at the 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. Mac Hollins, 54 yards. And the Patriots are an extra point away from drawing level. Well, they went play action there and set it up nicely for him. I mean, he can flat fly, and they hit him downfield.
And it doesn't take much to create that extra bit of space that a guy of his speed needs. If you go play action, all you want is just a moment where the guy's covering, take their attention somewhere else, and then he's by him. And once he's by him, there's no catching him. As they always like to say, if a receiver's even to a defensive back, that means he's leaving.
Unless that DB is Charles Davis, right?
In that case, he left me a long time ago.
Come on now.
Trust me.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Raiders offense ready to go. And we got a brand new ball game, all even after that last touchdown, so every drive now becoming a little more critical here in the second half. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down, second and right at a yard.
They've been running it well all game, and why not? The big guys up front, they're just having a ball, creating monster holes for their guys to run through.
Second down and a little more than a yard here. And here's a handoff out of the gun. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
One thing I do know that offensive linemen like, they like a guy who's carrying the ball that will take what is blocked. Not try and create a big play and maybe take a loss, not try and go where the blocking isn't. But if it's just all that's there and you just put your head and your shoulders down and get that, you get the respect of the big guys up front.
Taken down at the 42. Second down at 6 now from the 42. Play action. It's Smith. And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete. And Michael Mayer, his intended receiver. And it's third down. Throwing now is Geno. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots' 42. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs. So into Pat's territory now. Here's first and 10 at the 42-yard line. Back to throw, Smith. That's to the left side where he's got Bowers. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. That'll give him 8 that time, and it'll be second and a couple.
Let's just make this one simple. Could he be any more open than he was on that play?
Yeah, they lost him going to the outside.
Hard to believe because you go through your accounting on each and every defensive snap. Who's got who, what defense you're in. That was totally a blown coverage.
Yeah, quick throw there is incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. Off of play action. Here's Smith. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
This has certainly been a physical game so far. Limited scoring opportunities for both sides. And there's another chance that goes unfulfilled.
4th down, and on comes the Raider kicker, Daniel Carlson. On the left hash, officially it's called a 51-yard attempt. The kick by Carlson is good, and they take a 17-14 lead. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration, now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
After the made field goal, Carlson now sets up to kick this away. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. So the Patriots coming out now. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards. It may sound cliche, but those are the types of yards he can get you. He's such a bruising back.
He is, and typically with that type of a back, if he has any type of stamina, it shows up later in the ball game. Because trust me, guys get tired of running up and trying to tackle that big fella. It wears on him, and then he gets stronger as the game goes on.
And down he goes, brought down a Raider sack. Max Crosby just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Throwing here is May. He finds his man, complete. That's Douglas. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on 1st down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at 3rd down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
This now a 3rd and 4. They'll throw with May. Being chased out left. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the 1st down. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the 1st, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
It certainly appears that he's been able to get a read on how they've wanted to contain him in this game. He's seen some places where he can beat them in big spots, and right there, he slides in with ease for the 1st down.
Back to throw now on 1st down. And his pass incomplete. Mac Hollins the intended target, and now it's 2nd down. They're going to look to throw. Hit from behind, and he's going to be driven down. Max Crosby able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. And that's his 2nd sack in this one.
And you just can't ask a defensive end or an edge rusher to play any better than what we're seeing right now. And, partner, it's still just the 3rd quarter. I'm thinking he's not done yet. Even if he's not getting a sack, he's bringing a lot of pressure to the pocket.
He finds his man, complete. It's Douglas. They'll wind up getting just a yard, and it'll be 4th down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
The Patriots send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. And now here come the Raiders. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the 3rd quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them, melt the clock down, get to the 4th quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly.
Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And able to get this one out just shy of the 25 at the 24. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down. Before they can snap it, time runs out on this 3rd quarter of play. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Foxborough. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there. 2nd down. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a 1st down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
We couldn't ask for much more to this point in the 2nd half. A gorgeous day, 1-score game. 1st and 10 here. They'll fake it. Now Smith. He'll buy some time, and he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. He couldn't get rid of it. He winds up losing a yard. It's 2nd down.
Well, they need to make something happen for a chance at a comeback, and I'd say that qualifies. They took advantage of the play-action pass by the offense, ran right through it, and got a big sack in a big moment.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain that time, and it leaves him with 3rd and 11 coming up.
And this is why the head coach gets paid the big bucks. Look at where they are in this situation, partner. Do you throw the ball here in a long-distance situation? Do you run it again and trust your defense and make sure you take care of the ball and punt it away? What kind of options do you have here, and what do you trust more on your team?
Yeah, they may have just pushed him back into that throwing situation. We'll see. Excellent play there on 3rd down. Give them 25 yards.
For as many sacks as this defense has, you can understand their willingness to try and get upfield and get another. So what a really smart play call here to use their aggression against them, go with the screen, and they're able to get the 1st down.
Now they'll run on the draw. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. Christian Gonzalez up to make the play. I'm sure that's going to be the formula. Just keep the ball on the ground. Keep that clock moving.
And when you have the lead this late in the game, above all, stay in bounds. Yes, take care of the football. Yes, gain yardage, but stay in bounds and let that clock tick.
Smith. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete. first down marker at the 31. It's third down. To throw is Smith. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots' 29-yard line. 11 more yards there, and this methodical drive continues.
All right, let's just go ahead and walk through this one pretty easily, right? Blast off the line of scrimmage, get downfield to a certain point, usually around 8 to 10 yards, turn around and make sure the quarterback sees your numbers and set yourself up for the pass.
A well-executed curl route by Charles Davis.
Well, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. On second down, they'll run it here. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. Geno now to throw. And he is caught. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Beautiful throw right there on third down, and it looked like this was going to be 6 points, but a nice touchdown-saving tackle at the end of this. Even still, this offense is knocking on the door now with a 1st and goal at the 1.
They'll try to run this one in. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Punching it in from a yard away. And the Raiders go nearly the length of the field and finish it off with 6 points. Well, he finishes off the drive with a touchdown run, Charles. Remember, he also had a catch on this drive as well.
And that's what running backs want to be in today's NFL, a complete back. 3 downs, stay on the field, run it, and catch it. And he gets it done.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. And the Patriots gearing up to go now. Well, that last touchdown we just saw, what an important one. Now it's back to a 2-score deficit for this crew as they take the field here, and they are in desperate need of finding the end zone. Here's May. Short pass caught by Henry. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
They set up the screen for Stevenson. And he is going to lose yardage here. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
I thought that wasn't a bad time to call the screen. I thought late game, down on the scoreboard, had to figure they were expecting a pass downfield.
Yeah, so the edge rushers, they're coming. That could have hit big. You're right. Good recognition defensively to snuff that one out. Now the Raiders have got him. Malcolm Kuntz in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to 4th down.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
The Patriots send out their punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Call it 46 yards on the punt, just a single yard on the return as he was covered quickly. And it'll be Raiders football, 1st and 10. The Vegas offense ready for their next possession. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much. Smith, an incomplete pass on first down. Now it's 2nd and 10. He'll drop to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Milton Williams in there to record another sack, and that is now 6 on the afternoon for this defensive unit. I don't know what else can be said about this pass rush. They have been sensational, CD. That is now 6 sacks for them.
And how many times do we talk to offensive coordinators and they say a sack is a result of everyone on offense not doing their job? But let's be honest about this one. This is the offensive line unable to counter the pass rush. They've been teeing off.
And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll start with the option. And he's able to work his way down inside the red zone to the 19-yard line. And a solid job using his legs. 16 yards and a first down on the keeper.
Pretty nice play here. They go read option, read the defensive end, and when he collapsed down inside, how about the quarterback pulling it, keeping it, and not only getting to the second level, but picking up some really nice yardage.
Very, very well read. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete.
Quick hands that time to knock that one away. It sure looked like a short touchdown, but able to get a good break on the football and force the incompletion.
Second and 10. Out of the gun, they give to Henderson. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a 1st and goal. The running game fully in sync, 1-11 on that play.
And sometimes it comes from the offensive coordinator, understanding what he thinks the defense is going to do and dialing up the perfect play. Sometimes the quarterback, though, can look at the defense, realize he needs to change it to a run, and that gets it done in a big way as well.
And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. It'll be a gain of 5 there as they move closer. It's 2nd and goal.
And, Brandon, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line, because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the sidelines as extra defenders, and you want bigger people on the field to try and help against the run.
Stevenson looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal.
Well, sometimes I get caught in hyperbole, but I think they desperately need to punch this one in. They're running out of time.
Yeah, 2-score game, second half, you're down here. This is the time to put it in the end zone.
Man, not going to get much better than this for an opportunity.
Stevenson again, and this time he'll get in. Touchdown, New England. So the second down run didn't work. They run it again on 3rd down and get in. I wasn't sure if they might pass it, Charles. We know that they like to mix it up down here around the goal line.
Yeah, almost felt like the offensive line said, forget mixing it up. Let's call our favorite running play over our best blockers, and let's get this one in.
Extra point right down the middle. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. The kicking unit out for the Patriots as they send this one away. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. So out come the Raiders. I'm curious to see, Charles, about the play calling on this drive. Last time out, the interception that led to a touchdown. Here we are. I mean, very close, 1-score game.
Yeah, and if I'm a defender, I'm actually chirping Chili on the other side of the ball saying, hey, we picked off the last one. What you going to do about it now? So when you do throw the football, high percentage, but throw it with confidence. Because if there's any hesitancy at all, it could end up in enemy's hands again.
So the completion good for 7 there, and it's 2nd down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he was unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a 1st down as well.
But they didn't accomplish their goal. They didn't get a stop there, gave up another 1st down. They have all 3 timeouts in their pocket. I think defensively you've got to start thinking about using them here.
I was just going to ask you at what point you think now's the go time?
I think now's the go time. I don't think you sit back and wait because they can take a lot of time off the clock between plays and run 3 to 4 and really.
And he goes down. It's a Patriots sack. Harold Landry picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame. Now this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. They run straight ahead here with White. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. Now the Patriots will use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Here's A.J. Cole now as he's on to punt for Las Vegas. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. So the Patriots now down 24-21, a minute 47 on the clock. How will this thing pan out? We'll watch as they come up on 1st down. He'll look to throw. That'll be swung out wide here for Henderson. And he'll lose yardage here, back to the 15.
Partner, you've got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here. Here comes 2nd down. They'll look to throw. To Henry.
I like what they did there, still keeping their tight ends involved. They understand it's not quite Hail Mary time just yet.
This definitely 4-down territory at this point, but a critical 3rd down here. And that is incomplete.
And that's the downside of taking these big shots because they're definitely lower percentage plays. And now you look up, and it's 4th down. So not only do you have to worry about getting big yardage, you also need to just keep the game alive.
Will the defense pressure or sit back? Here's 4th and 5. They'll try and throw for it with May. He's got Henry. He's got the 1st down and more than that. The Patriots will take their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this 4th quarter. final minute. No timeouts at their disposal. Here's 1st and 10. He's back to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Whew, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
A little less than 40 seconds remaining. Here comes 2nd and 10. Oh, and that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Back-to-back incompletions, but we know this is definitely 4-down territory. Time not on their side. I don't think they want to try and get the 1st down in 2 installments. I think they got to go and get it right here, right now.
Back to throw. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
Partner, they've got one chance left to keep this one going, and I think for you and me, let's think along with their offensive coordinator now. Has to think back, cycle through every play of this contest, and remember what's worked and what hasn't. Because right here, he needs the best play of the game in order to keep this one alive.
4th down. Here's May. Able to find the open man. That's complete. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a 1st down. Absolutely ideal there. Get a good size play, get out of bounds.
Well, you saw the coaching there. That is taught and it is emphasized. Get out of bounds, understand your situation, as well as just understanding the game.
And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This to potentially send us to overtime. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This to tie things up in the final minute. And his kick is indeed good. And that will tie this game here in the final minute of play. I tell you, the life of a kicker. He has not been called on the entire game. He's over there by the net, but they send him out here in the 4th quarter and say, hey, go tie the game, will you? And guess what? He comes through.
I just don't know how they do it. I really don't. These cats are a different breed from you and me. That's a pressure kick, but that one was never in doubt.
This one, all we could have asked for. All tied, final minute as the kick's away here. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Raider offense now making their way toward the huddle. And Charles, obviously not much time left. I'm curious to see if there's enough for them to get into field goal range and try to win this thing.
And partner, you and I both know the safe calls to kneel and just take it into overtime. But it's also very tough to pass up a chance to win it right now as well. But remember, if you do attempt that, it's got to be a big play downfield and still leave yourself enough time to get your field goal unit out there and kick for the win.
4 quarters not enough. We're all even, and to overtime we go.
How much fun is this for everyone who's watching the game? How much fun is it for us to see this one get an extra period to get settled?
So it's the Patriots who will have first crack at it as we're back underway here in overtime. And able to get this out to the 25. The Pats at the line ready to go. And a methodical drive last time, but they couldn't get that knockout blow. They had to settle for 3.
but you got to like what they've been doing along the way, right? It's almost like the body blows, the setup punch. As you said, they didn't get the knockout blow here, but that doesn't mean it can't come later in the game on another possession. And the defense on the other side,
maybe a little gas,
yeah,
right?
a little tired. And if nothing else, they just feel relieved getting upfield, only giving up 3. They don't exactly feel like they've handled the offense.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 56 yards rushing for him now as he is just trying to will his guys to an overtime victory. Blocking at the point of attack there was very strong. He had a couple of running lanes.
And I never want to overlook the offensive line, but that's what they get paid to do. How about the quarterback? Everyone thinks all he's going to do is throw the football. His movement and deception can help a running game as well.
Yeah, boy, and it's tough to bring him down that time. He surges forward. He's going to get a full 6 out of that. 2nd down. This 2nd and 4. Straight ahead, it's Stevenson. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. They've had some success here in overtime on this opening drive running the football. Right back to that well.
And why not? When you have that kind of success, make them stop you. And until they do, keep going back to that well you just spoke about. I think there's more water there and available to them.
On 3rd down is Stevenson. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage.
But we tend to give those running backs that are slashers a lot of credit, but how about guys who are maulers? Because that's who you want in short yardage situations, and we just saw that occur right there, didn't we?
Vertical, downhill running. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. From the gun, a give to Henderson. Room here to run. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards.
I love football lingo and the evolution of it all. Nickel defense makes sense, right? 5 defensive
DBs.
backs. But then you go to 6. What are you going to call that? And they call it a
Double
dime. A dime, which is just very simple for them. The math doesn't add up. But I know one thing. Offenses love to run against dime defenses. Typically, the bigger guys have an advantage against the smaller defensive backs when they're blocking downfield.
Yeah, we saw that advantage right there. The target there, Mac Hollins. But it'll be 2nd down. They'll try the left side with Henderson. A little juke. And they'll get to him just inside the 15, even after that strong run we witnessed. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
That run wasn't a big breaker, but I don't think the guys on offense mind very much. They've got a nice drive going, and they might just be luring the defense in a little bit. They can probably come back with a play action, maybe go over the top. But right now, on this drive, their playbook is open.
That is caught. Touchdown. They strike first here in the overtime session. On this play, he just made a great route. The quarterback had to deliver it, sure, but a great route run there.
And, Brandon, this is what the best receivers do. They work on their route running because it's one thing to have athletic ability, but to really get open, you have to set up defensive backs with different routes and be precise in your cuts.
The extra point splits the uprights, and they will take a 7-point lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. First throw here in overtime for Smith. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Milton Williams able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon.
Well, partner, I would say just avoid play action, but that's not just been the problem. This defense, they've been getting pressure on all types of pass plays and really piling up the sacks in this contest.
Now Smith with his first throw of OT. That's caught by Myers. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A first down there on a pickup of 25. Now a play fake, and it's Smith. The Pats are going to get there. Down he goes. Harold Landry able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his third sack of the afternoon.
But his linebacker's just having one of those days where everything he does is working. I think you got to get a running back in there to help block, double team him, do whatever. Because right now, he's having a ball. Multiple sacks in this one. That one, the quickest.
Throwing is Smith. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And this is caught. A huge play there in overtime. 59 yards.
That's how you flip field position. What a play right there. That nearly went the distance. Credit this defense for not giving up. They get him down just short of the goal line, but the damage is done. It's going to be first and goal from an ideal position.
Back to throw, Smith. That's to the pylon and incomplete. Down this close to the goal line, first down. Surprised that wasn't a run?
I am, and you know I'm old school. I want to run the ball on first down in this situation because second down, that gives me that option of running play action and maybe throwing it.
They need a matching touchdown here to keep their hopes alive. Here's second down. They'll try to run this one in, and he's going to get into the end zone. They respond with a touchdown of their own, and now decision time. Down by one here in OT. He's having a nice little game. Maybe already has an eye on that third touchdown.
And how about what our producer, Christian McCaffrey, likes to say when they've scored touchdowns like this? He's put a tent up in Touchdown City.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that will tie the ball game. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. And now out come the Patriots. The drive starts with a carry by Stevenson. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, sometimes as a running back, you've got to be able to improvise when the hole's not where you expect it to be. But in this case, there wasn't any improvisation that he could do that was going to work. Kind of like if you're trying to be a comedian on open mic night at the Improv and you run into a tough crowd.
Up the middle, here's Henderson. Now he's free at the 35. He may go. He's in. Touchdown. They win it deep into the overtime period. So it's a win here for the Patriots, and it was thanks in large part to the play of their second-year quarterback.
Yeah, he did a little bit of everything, didn't he? He had 2 touchdown passes through the air, another one on the ground, and that defense, they really had no answer for many of their drives.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. The Patriots winners here at home as we say so long from Foxborough.